Welcome to Analog for Dummies, and today I'll be looking at this camera, which is the Rolleicord IV. This camera has been produced in the years 1953 to 54. I think 46,500 pieces have been produced. It is a medium format 6x6 camera, which means you can get 12 shots from a roll of 120. It is a twin lens reflex camera, which means there are two lenses. The lower one is for taking the picture, and the upper one is for viewing or composing your image through this viewing screen. It also has a loop, a magnifying glass, to better adjust the focus. Focusing is being done with this wheel on the side. Has some number on it too, in which you can view from the top. The lens is a 75mm f3.5, can go up to f22. The upper lens is actually an f3.2, just to get a little bit more light onto the viewing screen. And the shutter speed is maximum 1/500 of a second, and adjusted here. Goes all the way down to 1 second, or you can use the bulb mode using the release cable. It also has a sync flash function. You have to switch it to this X. I find it kind of amazing that this camera, 65-year-old, can work with a state-of-the-art flash using a cable. The camera can also take double exposures. You just have to move this knob here until you see the red color. Piece of advice here: only set it to double exposure mode when you actually are going to be shooting double exposures, because I ran into this problem a couple of times before. I had it set to double exposure all the time, and then it happened to me that the film advance got stuck. It's probably because the camera expects you to take a double exposure and won't advance until you take the double exposure, so just be aware of that. And when it comes to reloading the camera, let me tell you that this is nothing short of a pain in the ass, especially if you're in a hurry. Just turn this to the side, open, and completely remove the back door. Remove the used up spool, put it inside here. You get the idea. And taking the film out is a whole another story. So make sure your spool is like this, because otherwise you're never gonna take it out. Again, might be obvious, but I had to learn it the hard way, and still it doesn't come out smoothly even like this. So this is my biggest complaint about this camera. And when it comes to low light, this is not a low light camera by any stretch. As soon as the sun goes down, you will have a big trouble focusing on anything. So don't take this camera out for an evening shoot. With that being said, let's see some examples of the shots that I managed to take so far. And those were some of my favorite images so far taken with this camera. All things considered, I like shooting with this camera. I like the TLR shooting style, viewing your image from the top. And I use it for shooting mostly street photography or some portraits. This camera used to be actually called the poor man's Rolleicord IV because it's basically from the same manufacturer, but it's cheaper, considerably cheaper, and it lacks some features of the Rolleicord IV, but I still think you can take a decent picture. And I've included a manual for this camera which I found on the internet in a PDF, so if you're interested you can download that and take a look. Let me know what you think. If you have this camera, if you have any questions about the camera, maybe I can answer them. Maybe we can find solutions to some of the issues like loading and reloading. And that's it for my first camera review. So see you next time.